Justice Department says it will continue to release more of the Epstein files on a rolling basis, blaming any delays on releasing all of the files on the time-consuming process of obscuring victims' names and other identifying information.
The internet is on fire right now because after years of silence, the Epstein files finally dropped. Names, connections, flight logs, hidden relationships the public was never supposed to see. And suddenly, almost like a scene from a movie, rumors began to swirl online that several celebrities were leaving the country, going low profile or moving in suspicious silence. Not officially confirmed, not proven, but enough smoke for the entire internet to scream, "Why are all these stars disappearing now?" Then Joe Rogan stepped in. On his podcast, Rogan didn't hold back. He questioned the timing, the silence, the sudden vacations, relocations, PR disappearances. He didn't accuse anyone directly, but he said what millions were already thinking. When files like this drop, people get nervous. Some of them run. Clips of his comments went viral within hours. TikTok edits, YouTube breakdowns, threads on X with millions of views. People weren't just curious, they were connecting dots. Screenshots of celebrity location posts surfaced. Old clips resurfaced of stars acting strangely uncomfortable when Epstein was mentioned. Tweets asking, "Where is?" gained thousands of likes. No one expected this reaction. No one expected so many names to trend at once. Because when documents connected powerful figures to Epstein's world, whether loosely, socially, or whisper-level rumors, the public eye sharpened like a blade. Some celebrities shut comments off, some went overseas for business. Some took time off social media. Coincidence? Probably, maybe, or maybe not. Joe Rogan didn't state facts. He asked the questions others were too afraid to voice. And that alone was enough to send conspiracy communities into meltdown mode. People began making lists, compilations, timelines, fans commenting, "Notice how they all left at the same time. This is bigger than we think." Celebs disappearing right when files drop. Come on, whether true or exaggerated, one thing is undeniable. The internet believes Hollywood is scared. Scared of the truth, scared of exposure, scared of what those files could reveal next. And if Joe Rogan shines more light on it, things could get even darker. When the Epstein files were released, the internet didn't just react, it erupted. PDF links spread across Twitter and Reddit like wildfire. People stayed up all night scrolling, zooming in, reading line by line, searching for the names everyone whispers about but rarely confront publicly. TikTok lives had 50,000 plus viewers at 3 a.m. Discord servers launched Epstein document reading rooms. YouTube live streams ran countdowns like it was the Super Bowl, because for years Epstein's circle was treated like myth. Rumors, whispers, podcast teasers. Names allegedly connected privately, quietly, never officially confirmed. Then suddenly, documents became public records. Not everything was explosive, not every name meant guilt, but the associations alone made people suspicious. Flights, trips, parties, friendships that looked innocent years ago suddenly felt darker. And here's where panic started. Within days,
You can see in that photo, there's photographs of women. And so we learned after releasing that photograph that there were concerns about those women and the fact that we had put that photo up. So we pulled that photo down. It has nothing to do with President Trump.
days of the release, fans online began noticing coincidences. A-list celebrities posting from Europe with vague captions like "time away is needed," high-profile figures disabling comments overnight, certain influencers moving to Dubai or islands. For mental reset, PR teams releasing sudden statements about stepping back from the public eye, mansion listings going live out of nowhere. Coincidence? Maybe, but the timing, impossible to ignore, fans claimed. Rogan brought that tension to the spotlight, not by confirming anything, but by reacting the way regular people were reacting. Man, isn't it weird how everybody is traveling right now? You notice how some folks get real quiet when Epstein is brought up. This whole thing is shady. Clips like that turned into viral TikTok stitches. He's saying what we're thinking. You're paying attention yet? Hollywood is nervous. Even late-night podcasts began referring to celebrities disappearing after the files surfaced, not proven fleeing but going dark socially. Fans took those breadcrumbs and built theories. Screenshots of flight logs circulated, some names known, others unexpected. Internet detectives connected dates, screenshots, old party footage. People began linking interviews where celebrities looked panicked when Epstein was mentioned. And within fan circles, the phrase "fleeing the country" became the trending theory of the week. Not official, not confirmed, but emotionally believable to millions. Some viewers said they're running before the truth comes out. They know their names are in there. This feels like the quiet before a storm. Others tried to calm the panic. Travel doesn't equal guilt. Vacation timing isn't proof. We need facts, not hysteria. But truth online isn't about evidence, it's about belief. And belief spreads faster than documentation ever could. That's why Rogan's platform mattered. His voice amplified curiosity. He questioned the puzzle pieces others were too afraid to touch. And once a conversation like that begins publicly, it doesn't disappear. People started demanding. Who else is connected? What's being hidden? Why so much silence from Hollywood? This entire situation created a storm, one made of facts, speculation, paranoia, and truth all tangled together. Some celebs posted normal content like nothing was happening. Others disappeared entirely. And to internet detectives, silence equals suspicious. Especially when fans noticed patterns, A-listers in private resorts, influencers suddenly needing time to heal, luxury jet sightings with unnamed passengers. Whether real or exaggerated, the narrative locked in. People believe some stars are running because they're scared. But the real twist isn't the rumor, it's why people believe it so easily. Because when the system protects the powerful, the public expects secrets. And when files drop exposing connections, everyone looks to see who hides first. And the longer Hollywood stays quiet, the louder the internet becomes. The moment Joe Rogan brought up Epstein on his podcast, the atmosphere shifted, not dramatically, with a whisper, the kind of whisper that can shake an empire. Rogan leaned back in his seat, eyebrows raised, that familiar smirk like he was choosing his words carefully yet intentionally dangerous. His co-host laughed nervously. And then Rogan said it, the statement that became the spark. It's crazy how certain people are suddenly overseas right now. The room froze, the clip paused, millions blinked. He didn't name names, he didn't accuse anyone, he didn't have to. The internet filled in the blanks for him in real time. Comment sections exploded. He knows something. He's hinting without saying it. It's what we've been noticing too. Because Rogan has a unique power. He isn't TMZ, he isn't a news anchor, he's a voice the internet sees as uncensored. When he speaks, people listen differently. Not as broadcast, as truth waiting to be confirmed. Then Rogan continued casually, like dropping bombs was part of his morning routine. When powerful people get nervous, they vanish. They don't make statements, they don't fight rumors, they go quiet. And silence is louder than denial. Silence makes fans curious. Silence opens doors to suspicion. Clips of the podcast sliced into TikToks with dramatic music, red strings, flight logs, screen recordings, slow zooms on certain celebrity posts. It became a digital manhunt of vibes and suspicion. Creators edited. Heavy checkmark a celebrity boarding a private jet. Heavy checkmark a paparazzi shot from an island resort. Heavy checkmark a random family move to Europe. Headline heavy checkmark a taking time off the internet post, and boom, viewers labeled it fleeing. Again, no confirmed evidence. Just coincidences plus timing plus the internet's imagination. But this time the imagination had fuel. Some fans swore they spotted big names cancelling appearances. Others posted videos like, "Notice who stopped posting after the files dropped. Why did this star go silent suddenly? This feels like people running before the media catches up." Every small detail became a clue. Every vacation became an escape route. Every PR break became a red flag. And Joe Rogan didn't disagree. He smirked. He raised eyebrows. He let pauses speak louder than sentences, because Rogan understands something most don't. You don't need to make accusations, you just need to ask the right questions. Questions like, what are they scared of? Why now? What happens when truth comes out? Those questions alone turned fans into detectives. Theories filled YouTube comments. Hollywood is panicking. This will be the biggest expose of our lifetime. Once the wrong name drops, it's over. They won't run forever. People revived old interviews where celebrities were asked about Epstein and suddenly got stiff, changed topics, or laughed awkwardly. Clips resurfaced like cold case evidence. Every blink analyzed, every smirk dissected, every strange pause treated like confession. Some celebs who once proudly attended elite parties and private islands now scrubbed photos online. Fans noticed archives missing, old connections wiped mysteriously. And Rogan, he doubled down in later episodes, again not naming but implying, if you were innocent you'd speak, if you're guilty you disappear. Boom, viral again. Conspiracy channels feasted. Reaction videos skyrocketed. Fan speculation became mainstream conversation. It didn't matter what was true, it mattered what felt possible. Because if Epstein's circle was as deep as the public believes, if powerful people were involved, if names in those files triggered panic, the internet doesn't expect confessions. The internet expects damage control. And nothing looks more like damage control than silence and sudden vacations. Which brings us to the next chapter of this story, the one where everything escalates. Because when people start asking questions this loudly, Hollywood usually responds. Not always with statements, sometimes with distraction, sometimes with PR moves, sometimes with lawsuits, or sometimes with even more silence. After Rogan's comments went viral, viewers didn't move on, they looked closer. Every story posted, every flight, every sudden self-care break, every celebrity announcement that felt just a little too perfectly timed. And the deeper the internet looked, the more patterns they believed they saw. Now remember, these are fan speculations, online theories, and public perception, not confirmed fact. But perception spreads like truth when enough people believe it. Users began creating lists, not of crimes, but of celebrities going unusually quiet or traveling abroad right after the Epstein files release. Screenshots filled TikTok. Why did she disappear right after the documents? He was everywhere last month, now completely silent, suddenly on a long vacation overseas. No one said guilty, people said weird timing. Some stars posted beach pics with captions like, needed a break, taking time away from the chaos, focusing on family, normal statements, but the internet doesn't do normal during scandals. Everything became coded, everything became a clue, A-listers renting villas in Italy, running, influencers relocating to Dubai, escaping jurisdiction, actors staying offline suddenly. Hiding, again, all speculation fueled by the hype of the moment. But the rumor machine was unstoppable now, and Rogan's voice gave it a megaphone. People began analyzing interviews where big names were asked about Epstein years ago. Nervous laughter, sudden topic changes, PR managers cutting the interview, visible discomfort.
Everybody wants to say he was working for the Mossad. He very well could have been. He could have been working for the CIA. He could have been a guy who was on his own, but also working with them, right? Like a guy that they used, but they never fully endorsed.
Like an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Clips with slow zooms, ominous music, and subtitles like, watch their face when Epstein is mentioned. Whether fair or not, this created an illusion of guilt to many viewers. It wasn't proof, but emotional suggestion. And suggestion is almost as powerful as evidence online. Reddit threads exploded with theories. What if this is just the beginning? They know more files are coming. They trying to get ahead of something. YouTube channels dropped 1-hour investigations connecting minor social media actions to massive conspiracy arcs. People brought receipts or what looked like receipts. Flight logs showing certain celebrities flew to private islands years ago. Not proof of wrongdoing, just connection. But connection is enough to light imagination. One viral comment said, if you have nothing to hide, why vanish now? And that line became a movement. People didn't want apologies, they wanted visibility. Because absence feels like fear and fear feels like guilt. Even celebrities who had zero connection to Epstein found themselves being watched suspiciously just for traveling. Entire comment sections filled with, why now? Convenient timing. We are watching you, unfair, maybe impactful. Absolutely, Hollywood suddenly felt like a chessboard, every move analyzed, every silence amplified, every flight log screenshot trending. And through all of this, Rogan kept asking questions many feared to ask. Why are these names in the files? Why don't we get clarity? Who benefits from silence? He didn't accuse anyone, he challenged the narrative. He created uncertainty, and uncertainty creates chaos. Soon, fans began believing something big was coming. Not because evidence proved it, but because the energy online suggested Hollywood was nervous. Not confirmed fleeing, just perceived disappearing. Which
triumph to finally get some documents. And one of the documents we received or were able to pull out very quickly was the confirmation that Maria actually did this report in 1996, just as she's been saying for a very long time.
led to the biggest questions circulating social media. What happens if more files drop? If this release was only part one? If names publicly connected are just the surface layer? If deeper ties, real ties, are yet to be revealed? Fans believe that possibility is why celebrities seem quiet. And whether true or not, the internet is already convinced. This is no longer about one document, this is a cultural earthquake. Because if there's one thing the Epstein scandal taught viewers, money can hide truth for years. Power can delay accountability. But when secrets leak, the internet does not forgive. People aren't waiting for news anymore, they are hunting for it. Photos analyzed, timelines compared, old interviews dissected frame by frame. Whether fair or not, this story has become bigger than facts. It has become a movement of suspicion. And the final section of our story, it's the emotional peak where we ask, what happens next if Hollywood's silence continues? Because a rumor this powerful doesn't fade, it grows. As the dust settles online, one thing is certain: Joe Rogan did not expose names, he exposed fear. He exposed silence, he exposed timing. He exposed the uncomfortable truth the world senses but can't yet prove. When powerful secrets surface, powerful people panic. And whether celebrities truly fled or simply took coincidental vacations, perception is already formed. The internet believes something is moving behind the scenes, quietly, urgently, globally. Not confirmations, not convictions, just patterns. Patterns fans connected into their own story. Epstein files drop, celebrities go silent. Joe Rogan questions it publicly, public panic spikes, theories explode, Hollywood gets uncomfortable. This is how modern truth works, not released, but assembled by millions of minds online. And now the big question circles like a storm cloud. What happens next? Do more names surface? Do more documents leak? Does the silence break? Does Hollywood respond or continue disappearing from spotlight? Because the longer they remain quiet, the louder speculation grows. Some viewers say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Too many coincidences to ignore. This is about to get messy. Others warn. Be careful of false assumptions. Not everyone who travels is guilty. We need evidence, not hysteria. And that's the balance. Joe Rogan didn't accuse, he invited the world to question. He poked the bear. He unlocked curiosity. He cracked open a door millions are now pushing against. What began as files became a national conversation. A conversation about accountability, power, secrecy, and the elite. About why names vanish when truth appears. Whether justice comes or rumors fade, the internet will never forget this moment. This isn't just a scandal, it is a generational shift. People are no longer scared to ask, who knew what? Who was involved, who is running, and why now? And if more documents release, if more connections appear, if bigger discussions erupt, the world may witness one of the most intense Hollywood reckonings ever seen. Not proven fleeing. Not confirmed guilt, just suspicious timing, viral tension, and unanswered questions. And every unanswered question becomes a conspiracy waiting to fill itself. Time, now it's your turn to speak. Do you think celebrities really fled, or is it all coincidence and internet hype? Is Hollywood scared of what might come out next, or is social media pushing narratives without proof? Tell us in the comments right now. Option 1. They're running because they know more is coming. Option 2. Coincidence, the internet is reaching. Option 3. Some innocent, some hiding. Option 4. We don't know yet, but time will tell. Drop your take below, your voice drives this conversation further. Hit like if this deep dive opened your eyes. Smash subscribe so you never miss the next breakdown. Turn on notifications, because if more files drop, if Rogan speaks again, if a celebrity suddenly returns or vanishes, we'll be covering IT first. Share this video with a friend who loves conspiracy discussions, someone who follows Hollywood drama, or someone who wants to understand the Epstein shockwaves deeper. Because this is not the end, this is the beginning of something big. Hollywood is restless, the internet is alert, and Joe Rogan just lit the fuse. More names may surface, more questions will rise, and whether truth comes slow or suddenly, the world is watching. Like, comment, subscribe. More explosive stories coming next. Stay tuned, fire.